khudong thiba tholakpa yai
COVID-19 gi layong sing haibadi lok laiho khanau naba
First, the top news headlines. Convicted rapist and murderer gets death penalty in Manipur. CPI displeased with government overextension of Armed Forces Special Powers Act APSPA in Manipur. Centre extends temporary suspension of flights to and from the United Kingdom till 7 January. And 20,549 fresh COVID-19 cases registered in India in past 24 hours. Very good evening and welcome to Times of Manipur. This is Suraj Tabam giving you the news. As a responsible citizen, it is our duty to minimize the spread of coronavirus as much as possible. Wash your hands frequently with soap for at least 20 seconds. Using an alcohol-based sanitizer also helps keep the virus at bay. Avoid touching your eyes, nose and mouth. Avoid stepping out unless absolutely necessary. Always wear a mask before stepping out and even in your own home in the presence of outsiders, as masks have been proven effective in containing the virus. Maintain a social distance of at least 2 meters in public. Now the news in detail. Sessions Judge Thobal A. Nopneswari Devi today gave death sentence to a rape convict in Manipur. Irom Chowren, aged 40 years, from Thobal Lesang Them Khong Manung raped a pregnant woman back in 2010. The court also fined him Rs 50,000. The body of the victim, Rajeshwari Asaibam, was found on June 27, 2010 in Imphal River section of Chongtham Konalitan Makhong within Imphal East District. Rajeshwari Asaibam was wife of Irom Chowren. Announcing the quantum of punishment, the court also ordered payment of Rs 10,00,000 to the victim's brother as compensation under the compensation scheme for women victims and survivors of sexual assault and other crimes.
See, Masi am fit over capital punishment award fit over case because it is one of the rarest case in Manipur. I'm talking about case. But not only the magi lovers to natab, magi unborn child, amasu yawa, murder to umatun sida. Aduga honorable court na sagi pasana judgment tabiba matanda sagi capital punishment award to bibese. Masi yam aina su yam na satisfied with jaba hitare. Honorable court su aduga koi case surapa matanda su day-to-day trial ki type ta. Then staff team contribution.
Manipur unit of Communist Party of India CPI today expressed strong displeasure over the extension of disturbed area status in Manipur for 1 more year. CPI said despite the claim by the government of a restoration of law and order in the state, the Armed Forces Special Powers Act APSPA has been extended in the state. CPI organized a one-day seminar on the life and works of Comrade Hizam Irawat at Iboyaima Sumanglila Sanglen in Imphal. Speaking at the event, State CPI Manipur State Council Secretary L. Sotin Kumar demanded that APSPA 1958 must be repealed from the state. He said the government has time after time claimed restoration of peace in the state. The CPI leader also accused the government of violating the right of freedom of speech in Manipur.
Armed Forces Special Power Act se ngasi lengak pai bu kangbu singsina peace lere shanti lere lalhob leitre adu tawdre har karigino Armed Forces Special Power Act chalaris si khudakta Armed Forces Special Power Act lokthokadaban maramdi Miam Sida, a job treat of an ever. Nasi Koi Haro State, a Koi Manipur say, must lock top of emergency gum lady. Me Punamak say, peace, Santi lady, Aduga Makan Girang litre and Hire Aduga. Am possess special power egg lock to ya de. Aduga Adu Makan Kayagi. Adu Miot Minake as a truck batamda, a Koi Sarkars, Mayukta. Karakan Bukolau, Lawam the Fazal Lipun Chili, NSA Panjali, Makan Kayagi. Aduga praise ki maning tambale hende aduga na am possess special power ek se masi adum sana han basigi wakala se ei sarkar se power gale.
Union Civil Aviation Minister Hardeep Singh Puri today announced that the centre has extended the temporary suspension of flights to and from the United Kingdom till January 7, 2021. The flight's operations were suspended because of a new strain of the SARS-CoV-2 virus. Puri took to Twitter saying to announce the decision, adding that strictly regulated resumption will take place, for which details will be announced shortly. India had suspended all flights from Britain last week until the end of the month as the new variant of the virus detected in the UK triggered widespread concern and travel restrictions across the world. Amid global fears over the new mutant strains of coronavirus detected in the United Kingdom and South Africa, India recorded 20,549 fresh infections in the last 24 hours, taking the COVID-19 cash load to 1,244,852. The recoveries crossed 98 lakh, according to the Union Health Ministry data updated today. The death count increased to 1,48,439 with 286 new fatalities. The data updated at 8 a.m. showed. The number of people who have recuperated from the disease surged to 97.08 lakh, pushing the national recovery rate to 95.99%, while the COVID-19 case fatality rate stands at 1.45%. 20 cases of a mutant strain of coronavirus that first surfaced in the UK have been detected in the country. The new strain is believed to be 70% more infectious, but doctors have said there is no reason yet to believe that it is more lethal or will not be controlled by a vaccine. Well, it's time now for a short commercial break. Do stay tuned.
Australia tour on Sony
Live.
Australia tour on Sony.
Yes, live it is.
Watch Australia versus India live. 4 tests. 17th December to 19th January. Only on Sony Sports Channels.
Hi guys, this is Binakan. Welcome to Aura Career Launcher, a coaching institute for NEET and foundation courses.
This is the pentose sugar. This is pentose sugar. Okay, it binds with nitrogenous base as well as it binds with phosphate group or phosphoric acid.
Film gi thong me khoi mayam si yauna ponna lepminaduna COVID-19 gi mayokta kha chikna lan thengnaba mathau tari.
Join the journey of Khapri International Manipuri Short Fiction Film Festival 2020.
Welcome back after the break. Manipur's COVID tally has reached 28,096 with 34 new cases in the past 24 hours. The fresh infections were reported from Imphal West, Imphal East, Thoubal, Bishnupur, Tamenglong, Kangpokpi and Churachandpur districts. The state reported 5 fatalities in the same hours, pushing the death toll to 353. The active cases now stand at 1,222, while the recovered cases at 26,521. The recovery rate in the state further improved to 94.39% as per the Manipur government COVID-19 Command Control Room. A man was found hanged at PHSC office complex Sagolban Lamkhai today. According to Patsoi police, the man seems to be in his 30s with a lean figure. The body was found in the toilet of the office. The identity of the person has not been confirmed yet. After examining the premises by the forensic team, the body was brought to RIMS morgue. Former Deputy Chief Minister and CWC member of AICC Gaikhangam conveyed his best wishes to the people of Manipur on the happy occasion of New Year 2021. He also wished each and everyone to maintain coexistence and promote peace, love and harmony in the society. He also appealed to the people to forget all differences and stand together, especially during such hard times of COVID-19 pandemic. A unique lawn viewpoint was inaugurated and dedicated to Ukhrul town today by Edmund Chifang, EM Ukhrul ADC. The one and only viewpoint, Ngasan Phung, is situated in the heart of Ukhrul town. Edmund stated that it was one of his earnest special endeavors, which is a magnificent avenue for the people of all ages. It is as a token of love to the public and also a special New Year gift to the Ukhrul denizens. Awungtang viewpoint is a center of attraction based on historical and geographical periphery. During the program, Ukhrul ADC South H.A. Vairisang, Themrei Sang ADC Associate Pastor Matthew Muang, PBC Reverend Father Philip Ray, Father Parvesh, Principal of St. Joseph High School, Ukhrul Sisters, well-wishers, Ukhrul Hunpum Headman H.A. Harimaya, Village Authority, All Hunpun Tang Association AHTA and several people were present at the event. Disabled Welfare Development Association Tagel Khongbal organized its 5th Disabled Welfare Development Program today at Manipur Press Club. Langthabal Constituency MLA Karam Siam, DWDA President Laisram Sachirani, PWD Chief Engineer N. Noren and Imphal West Deputy Superintendent of Police Commando Kishore Chan attended the function. At the event, gifts were presented to differently able persons, widows living below poverty line BPL and people living with HIV.
Mioiba Zati, Moroina, Mioiba Kunaina, Equi, Tola Tarabu Shiva, Moigi, Mating Bana, Nova, Moigi, Gitamata, Makarata Westi, Popi Mahia never said, Equi, at the minister, Oisino, Universian, the friendly able person, the Mating Bana, Lautra, Skims, even Sip Engineer, Norena, Haramiva, Colamiva, even Tamokula, Viduna Piriva, message. See, my young say, at the Aquigi. The friendly able person may answer the motor. A quay Muiba Kunai, a quay Muiba Samazna, Makoi Nushi, Makoi Namuta, a quay lady, Lepi, I would say, Kangan never gets over Maram never.
E-Waste kept inside the Imphal East DC office complex were collected and sent for recycling at Panchayat Hall, DC office complex yesterday. The step comes after a notification issued by the Deputy Commissioner on December 22nd last. E-Waste consisting of computer parts and other electronic items were collected from Subdivisional Office Sawombung, District Information Officer Imphal East, Block Development Officers Sawombung Ketrigao, Chief Executive Officer Imphal East Jilla Parishad and Director RD and PR Manipur. The E-Waste were handed over to Nailangam Gangme, Manipur State Coordinator of Karo Sambhao for disposal or recycling. The Deputy Commissioner Imphal East Kumanthem Daina Devi emphasized on the need of collection and disposal of e-waste generated through Karo Sambhao, which is a producer responsible organization under extended producer responsibility. Let's take another short commercial break. Stay tuned.
Now enjoy 20% extra on Kangla Popcorn, Kangla Milky Balls and Kangla Rings.
Kangla.
Lamdamusida Ihan Hanbo Oina Miam the Kangla Water Gate 20-liter jar Supnatagi Lupatara the Fangan Jergani. Loina half-liter bottle Tara Mangana Saba Pekta Supnatagi Lupa Humputra Mangada Fanganjari. Kudong Chaba Sea Factory the Laktuna Lobida Yagani. Akupamorol Gidamak Lengsin Bidau Kangla Water Maibo Kul Mamang Lekai Imphal S 795002 Aikogi contact number 8257-888-737.
Awaba Fongdok Pagi Pausel Haukiba December ki tang kuntaruk thang janamit ki nungthil pung mari taba matamda Sri Thokchom Manibabu Working President Election Management Committee na preside obiduna Election Management Committee ki President Oibiramba Loinana Vision Khuraigi advisor su oibiramba Sri R.K. Jilasana Khurai Ningthawong Lekai da leibana manung matam chadana ikhang khanghaudana haukiba December ki tang kunmanga lisingani kun irai numita lekhidabada Election Management Committee ki members sing amasung Vision Khuraigi members singna thamoi sokna awaba fongdokpagi mifam ama pangthokhi. Leikhidraba Sri R.K. Jilasana angang oringai matamdagi Rajniti bu khoidazana horakhi. Matam sangna Rajniti tawbiraktuna Khurai Kendra gi mihut kayaga luchingba kayaga punna chatminaduna Khurai Kendra gi chawkhat thaurangi thaudang kaya punsigi aroiba miko fawbada tawbirami. Leikhidrabana tawbiramba thabak thauram kaya menkhatpa wahauragani. Ngasigi tilliba members singna minute ani tumina leptuna leikhidrabagi mafamda ikai khumnaba utkhi amadi leikhidrabagi thawaina ingna chikna mapugi leikolda leirunabagi damakta thauni jabaga loinana mahaki imung manunggi awabadasu akhoi khwaina saruk yazari. Pauzen jariba TH Manibabu, Working President, Election Management Committee.
Welcome back. Vaiton Gram Panchayat Pradhan Pukhrambam Surbala today laid the foundation stone of a new shrine of Ibudhau Marzing at Pangai in Imphal East. Summons of the former shrine shifted the idol for this shrine construction work. Pradhan Surbala said that the shrine construction will be completed by summer 2021.
Hojik hoiki chaliba hojik chahi loisale lakadurbe 2021 asiki kalen tha bhoki manungda Ibudhaugi sanglen asi saba loiduna ngasi sang kumiba Ibudhau ibendhau animak kalenda nangnanaba ikhoina lekai animaki miyam guloinana yam kanna honaduna ikhoina sananabo honari.
Haingang United Clubs Organization HUCO organized its 11th annual Meritorious Award Distribution Program at Marzing Sporting Club today. Meritorious students of classes 10 and 12 under the CLYB's jurisdiction who passed in the first division were presented with awards and gifts. Pradhan of Haingang Gram Panchayat K. Jayanta said that HUCO organizes the award distribution program to help and boost the students morally. He also appealed to the students to study hard.
Nakoi sayamna lay nakoi education gi lamda salabri education gi sat paya walam gising doctor engineer MCS IS agriculture officer any field salakanda nakoi se hangang gi nagrik amoina akoi sagat pada mutik sawmi amamam oige have aim do akoi thambiu.
The Manipur Human Rights Commission MHRC yesterday directed state government to submit a report on why Massel was illegally arrested without appropriate inquiry and why no recommendation for compensation has been met against illegal detention. Manipur, the commission directed the Chief Secretary, Special Secretary Home, Director of Prosecution, Government of Manipur, NAB Superintendent of Police, Additional SP NAB TH Brinda, Mohammed Abbas of Thobal Police and Mohammed Faisai. Further, the MHRC has directed NAB SP to submit the status report of Kaimei case. The report has to be submitted on or before January 15, 2021. Kaimei case is related to the seizure of 1 lakh contraband WY tablets by 23 Assam Rifles on April 10, 2018, while FIR case number 60 close 5, 2018, Lilong PS is filed with allegation for molestation of women against Massel. The MHRC had registered a complaint after Mohammed Massel alias Masliuddin, 64, son of late Mohammed Haider Ali of Lilong Hauribi Turil Ahanbi, Thobal district, filed a complaint against the 6 respondents on December 28. Massel on the complaint stated that he has been a victim of false and fabricated cases under ND and PS Act 1985 and Prevention of Illicit Trafficking in Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act 1988. He further alleged against the 6 respondents that he was falsely and groundlessly arrested by NAB SP and NAB Additional SP and implicated in some FIR cases. He was detained under PIT, ND and PS Act 1988 and later released after quashing the detention order by the High Court of Manipur on March 14, 2019. Langmei Thet Youth Development Association LYDA congratulated its executive member Maibam Somen Singh on bagging Global Teacher Role Model Award 2020. The award is given by MVLA Trust Mumbai. The award was presented to Somen through online Zoom meeting held on the theme Empowerment of Teachers for Building Sustainable Global Society. Maibam Somen is currently a mathematics lecturer at Langmeidong Higher Secondary School, Langmeidong. He is also columnist of local dailies. At least 9 people, including 6 security personnel, have tested positive for COVID-19 in Mizoram in the last 24 hours, taking the state's tally to 4,199, according to the COVID-19 bulletin shared this morning by the Department of Information and Public Relations, DIPR Mizoram. 2 cases were confirmed at Zoram Medical College, JETMC, and 7 were detected at TrueNet Laboratories in 3 district hospitals. Of the 9 new COVID-19 positive cases, 4 cases were reported from the Lunglei district, 2 each from Aizawl and Sarchip district, and 1 case was reported from Naitial district. 5 border security force BSF Jawans and 1 Assam Rifles Jawan were among the newly infected people. While 8 patients have travel history, a 34-year-old woman who was attending to her COVID-19 infected daughter at JETMC was also diagnosed with COVID-19 during contact tracing, said a health official. Let's take another short commercial break. Stay tuned.
Admission is going on at Private Sports Academy Guwahati and Ano Football Club Guwahati. Foreign coaches will train students at the academy. Hygienic food and hostel facilities will be available at the academy, integrated with education. Those who want admission for under 13, under 15 and under 18 can contact the academy managing director. Our contact number is 602-670-9279 or 7005-235-638.
ꯑꯩꯍꯥꯛꯀꯤ ꯏꯄꯨꯔꯣꯏꯕꯅ COVID-19 ꯒꯤ ꯂꯥꯏꯑꯣꯡ ꯎꯠꯂꯛꯄꯗꯒꯤ ꯇꯦꯁ ꯇꯧꯔꯨꯕꯗ ꯄꯣꯖꯤꯇꯤꯚ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯝꯂꯦ꯫ ꯅꯛꯅ ꯂꯩꯃꯤꯟꯅꯔꯨꯕꯅ ꯑꯩꯍꯥꯛꯁꯨ ꯇꯦꯁ ꯇꯧꯔꯨꯕꯗ ꯄꯣꯖꯤꯇꯤꯚ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯝꯂꯦ꯫ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯍꯣꯝ ꯑꯥꯏꯁꯣꯂꯦꯁꯟ ꯇꯧꯕꯒꯤ ꯑꯌꯥꯕ ꯐꯪꯂꯕ ꯃꯇꯨꯡꯗ ꯗꯣꯛꯇꯔꯅ ꯍꯤꯗꯥꯛ ꯑꯃꯁꯨꯡ ꯏꯁꯥꯒꯤ ꯑꯣꯛꯁꯤꯖꯦꯟ ꯂꯦꯚꯦꯜ ꯆꯦꯛ ꯇꯧꯅꯕꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛꯇ ꯑꯣꯛꯁꯤꯃꯤꯇꯔ ꯄꯤꯕꯤꯔꯛꯈꯤ꯫ ꯍꯣꯝ ꯑꯥꯏꯁꯣꯂꯦꯁꯟꯗ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯉꯩꯗ ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯏꯄꯨꯔꯣꯏꯕꯒꯤ ꯑꯣꯛꯁꯤꯖꯦꯟ ꯂꯦꯚꯦꯜ ꯅꯦꯝꯊꯔꯛꯄꯗꯒꯤ ꯖꯦꯅꯤꯝꯁ ꯍꯣꯁꯄꯤꯇꯥꯜꯗ ꯄꯨꯈꯠꯈꯤ꯫ ꯄꯣꯖꯤꯇꯤꯚ ꯑꯣꯏꯕꯒꯤ ꯁꯔꯇꯤꯐꯤꯀꯦꯠ ꯄꯥꯏꯕꯅ ꯑꯃꯨꯛ ꯍꯟꯅ ꯇꯦꯁ ꯇꯧꯗꯅ ꯃꯇꯝ ꯃꯥꯡꯍꯟꯗꯅ ꯃꯈꯥ ꯇꯥꯕ ꯂꯥꯌꯦꯡ ꯆꯠꯊꯈꯤ꯫ ꯑꯁꯨꯝꯅ ꯑꯉꯟꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯇꯦꯁ ꯇꯧꯊꯣꯛꯇꯨꯅ ꯃꯇꯝ ꯆꯥꯅ ꯂꯥꯌꯦꯡꯍꯧꯕꯅ ꯂꯩꯅꯥ ꯑꯁꯤꯗꯒꯤ ꯊꯨꯅ ꯐꯒꯠꯄ ꯉꯝꯍꯧꯔꯦ ꯑꯃꯁꯨꯡ ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯏꯃꯨꯡ ꯃꯅꯨꯡꯕꯨꯁꯨ ꯂꯩꯅꯥ ꯑꯁꯤꯗꯒꯤ ꯉꯥꯛꯊꯣꯛꯄ ꯉꯝꯍꯧꯔꯦ꯫
ꯂꯥꯏꯍꯧ ꯍꯧꯔꯛꯄꯗꯒꯤ COVID-19 ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯝꯒꯗ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯍꯥꯏꯅ ꯆꯤꯡꯅꯕꯗꯒꯤ ꯇꯦꯁ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯂꯥꯛꯆꯕꯅꯤ, ꯑꯗꯨꯕꯨ ꯂꯥꯏꯕꯛ ꯐꯕꯅ ꯅꯦꯒꯦꯇꯤꯚ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯝꯂꯦ꯫ ꯃꯤꯌꯥꯝꯁꯨ ꯏꯁꯥꯗ COVID-19 ꯒꯤ ꯂꯥꯏꯑꯣꯡ ꯎꯕꯤꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯁꯣꯏꯗꯅ ꯇꯦꯁ ꯇꯧꯊꯣꯛꯄꯤꯌꯨ, ꯑꯅꯥꯕꯕꯨ ꯂꯣꯠꯂꯒ ꯊꯝꯕꯤꯒꯅꯨ꯫
ꯂꯦꯞꯄ ꯂꯩꯇꯅ ꯁꯟꯗꯣꯔꯛꯂꯤꯕ COVID-19 ꯊꯤꯡꯅꯅꯕ ꯇꯦꯁ ꯇꯧꯊꯣꯛꯄ ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯃꯔꯨꯑꯣꯏ꯫ ꯀꯔꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕꯗ ꯄꯣꯖꯤꯇꯤꯚ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯕꯁꯨ ꯃꯇꯝ ꯆꯥꯅ ꯂꯥꯌꯦꯡꯍꯧꯔꯕꯗꯤ ꯂꯩꯅꯥ ꯑꯁꯤꯅ ꯁꯣꯛꯆꯟꯗ꯭ꯔꯤꯉꯩꯗ ꯑꯗꯣꯝꯕꯨ ꯀꯟꯕ ꯉꯝꯒꯅꯤ꯫ COVID-19 ꯒꯤ ꯂꯥꯏꯑꯣꯡ ꯎꯠꯇ꯭ꯔꯃꯛꯁꯨ ꯄꯣꯖꯤꯇꯤꯚ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯝꯕ ꯌꯥꯏ ꯍꯥꯏꯅ ꯆꯤꯡꯅꯕ ꯂꯩꯔꯕꯗꯤ ꯁꯣꯏꯗꯅ ꯇꯦꯁ ꯇꯧꯊꯣꯛꯄꯤꯌꯨ꯫ COVID-19 ꯒꯤ ꯁꯤꯝꯇꯝ ꯂꯩꯅ ꯂꯩꯅ ꯇꯦꯁ ꯇꯧꯊꯣꯛꯇꯅ ꯂꯩꯁꯟꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯏꯁꯥꯗ ꯅꯠꯇꯅ ꯏꯃꯨꯡ ꯃꯅꯨꯡꯒꯤ ꯃꯤꯑꯣꯏꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯃꯁꯨꯡ ꯀꯩꯔꯣꯜ ꯂꯩꯀꯥꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯤꯑꯣꯏꯁꯤꯡꯁꯨ ꯈꯨꯗꯣꯡꯊꯤꯕ ꯊꯣꯛꯂꯛꯄ ꯌꯥꯏ꯫
COVID-19 ꯒꯤ ꯂꯥꯏꯑꯣꯡꯁꯤꯡ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗꯤ ꯂꯣꯛ ꯂꯥꯏꯍꯧ, ꯈꯅꯥꯎ ꯅꯥꯕ, ꯃꯅꯝ ꯃꯍꯥ ꯐꯥꯎꯔꯛꯇꯕ, ꯈꯣꯡ ꯍꯥꯝꯊꯔꯛꯄ ꯑꯃꯗꯤ ꯅꯨꯡꯁꯥ ꯁꯣꯔ ꯍꯣꯟꯕꯗ ꯋꯥꯔꯛꯄ ꯇꯥꯔꯕꯗꯤ ꯁꯨꯡꯁꯣꯏ ꯁꯣꯏꯗꯅ ꯑꯊꯨꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯇꯦꯁ ꯇꯧꯊꯣꯛꯄꯤꯒꯗꯕꯅꯤ꯫ ꯄꯣꯖꯤꯇꯤꯚ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯝꯕ ꯇꯥꯔꯕꯁꯨ ꯍꯣꯝ ꯑꯥꯏꯁꯣꯂꯦꯁꯟ ꯇꯧꯕꯤꯔꯒ ꯒꯚꯔꯟꯃꯦꯟꯠꯀꯤ ꯃꯥꯏꯀꯩꯗꯒꯤ ꯚꯤꯇꯥꯃꯤꯟꯁ ꯑꯃꯁꯨꯡ ꯑꯣꯛꯁꯤꯃꯤꯇꯔ ꯄꯤꯖꯒꯅꯤ꯫ ꯂꯣꯏꯅꯅ ꯍꯛꯁꯦꯜꯒꯤ ꯃꯔꯤ ꯂꯩꯅꯕ ꯃꯤꯑꯣꯏ ꯑꯃ ꯃꯇꯝ ꯄꯨꯝꯅꯃꯛꯇ ꯑꯗꯣꯝꯒꯤ ꯃꯇꯦꯡꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛ ꯂꯩꯒꯅꯤ꯫ ꯀꯥꯎꯕꯤꯔꯒꯅꯨ, ꯆꯤꯡꯅꯕꯕꯨ ꯂꯩꯕꯤꯔꯕꯗꯤ ꯁꯨꯡꯁꯣꯏ ꯁꯣꯏꯗꯅ ꯇꯦꯁ ꯇꯧꯊꯣꯛꯄꯤꯌꯨ꯫
Welcome back. The Centre and the protesting farmer unions will resume stall talks today, with the latter sticking to their hardline position that the police will only be on the modalities of repealing the 3 new agri laws and giving a legal guarantee on the MSP, among other issues. Ahead of the crucial 6th round of talks after a 3-week hiatus, Union Ministers Narendra Singh Tomar and Piyush Goyal yesterday met senior BJP leader and Home Minister Amit Shah. Media reports said that they discussed and finalized the government's position for the meeting. The fifth round of talks was held on December 5th last, while the sixth round, originally scheduled for December 9, was called off after an informal meeting of Home Minister Amit Shah with some union leaders failed to reach any breakthrough. The government had, however, followed up Shah's meeting with a draft proposal sent to the unions in which it had suggested 7 to 8 amendments to the new laws and written assurance on the MSP procurement system. It has ruled out a repeal of the 3 agri laws. The Indian government has assured that COVID-19 vaccines, which are in the pipeline in the country and rest of the world, will protect people against the coronavirus variant strains found in the UK and South Africa. Principal Scientific Advisor to the Indian government, Krishnaswamy Vijay Raghavan, said that there is no reason for worry at this stage about the efficacy of vaccines in regard to the reported variants of the novel coronavirus. Raghavan also said the changes in the coronavirus strains are not sufficient to make the vaccine ineffective since it stimulates our immune system to produce a wide range of protective antibodies. Counting of votes polled in the recently concluded Gram Panchayat elections is underway amid tight security at designated places across Karnataka. According to the Karnataka State Election Commission officials, counting is taking place at all taluk headquarters in the state by adhering to strict COVID-19 protocol of mandatory wearing of face masks, social distancing and hand hygiene. The counting process began at 226 centers at 8 a.m. and the results are expected to be out by afternoon. Over 1,100 security personnel have been deployed at the counting centers, State Election Commissioner B. Basavaraju said. Hundreds of leaders and members of Hosai District Congress Committee participated in a protest demonstration against the skyrocketing prices of essential commodities, fuel, unemployment and anti-farmers law. According to media reports, the Congress workers, the leaders, staged a protest in front of the office of the Deputy Commissioner of Sankardev Nagar in Hosai yesterday. The protesters reached the protest site on bicycles, reports aided. The protesters shouted slogans like Congress Jindabad, Rahul Gandhi Jindabad, BJP Go Back, Sonowal Sarkar Hi Hi, Hemant Biswa Sharma, Sildatya Deb Murdabad. The protesters lambasted both the BJP governments at the center and state for the increase in the prices of essential goods, fuel. They also lashed out at the government for its failure to solve the unemployment problem and the controversy over the contentious farm laws. Thousands of displaced villagers who returned to their homes last month amid a lull in fighting in Myanmar's Rakhine state are moving back into temporary camps ahead of expiration this week of an unofficial ceasefire between Myanmar forces and the Arakan army, a media report said. The villagers, mostly Buddhist Rakhines, support the rebels of the Arakan army, which is fighting for extensive autonomy for the province. The Rakhine province, formerly Arakans, was annexed to the Burmese Empire in 1784. Many Rakhines have dreamed of independence ever since, but most back a movement for extensive autonomy from Myanmar. The Arakan army, the strongest of the rebel groups to surface in the coastal western province, have engaged Burmese troops in guerrilla and conventional warfare for 2 years in northern Rakhine state to back their demand for greater autonomy for Rakhine people. About 300 civilians have died in the hostilities and a total of roughly 230,000 others have been displaced, thousands of whom returned to their villages as the fighting subsided. Before we wind up, let's have a quick look at the top news headlines once again. Convicted rapist and murderer gets death penalty in Manipur. CPI displeased with government overextension of Armed Forces Special Powers Act in Manipur. Centre extends temporary suspension of flights to and from the United Kingdom till 7 January. And 20,549 fresh COVID-19 cases registered in India in past 24 hours. Well, that's all for now. Keep watching Times of Manipur and good night.
ꯑꯩꯍꯥꯛꯀꯤ ꯏꯄꯨꯔꯣꯏꯕꯅ COVID-19ꯒꯤ ꯂꯥꯏꯑꯣꯡ ꯎꯠꯂꯛꯄꯗꯒꯤ ꯇꯦꯁ ꯇꯧꯔꯨꯕꯗ ꯄꯣꯖꯤꯇꯤꯚ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯝꯂꯦ꯫ ꯅꯛꯅ ꯂꯩꯃꯤꯟꯅꯔꯨꯕꯅ ꯑꯩꯍꯥꯛꯁꯨ ꯇꯦꯁ ꯇꯧꯔꯨꯕꯗ ꯄꯣꯖꯤꯇꯤꯚ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯝꯂꯦ꯫ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯍꯣꯝ ꯑꯥꯏꯁꯣꯂꯦꯁꯟ ꯇꯧꯕꯒꯤ ꯑꯌꯥꯕ ꯐꯪꯂꯕ ꯃꯇꯨꯡꯗ ꯗꯣꯛꯇꯔꯅ ꯍꯤꯗꯥꯛ ꯑꯃꯁꯨꯡ ꯏꯁꯥꯒꯤ ꯑꯣꯛꯁꯤꯖꯦꯟ ꯂꯦꯚꯦꯜ ꯆꯦꯛ ꯇꯧꯅꯕꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛꯇ ꯑꯣꯛꯁꯤꯃꯤꯇꯔ ꯄꯤꯕꯤ